Howdy, y'all. Look, this is going to be a ramble that was inspired by Skeptor's most recent video, in which he cites feminist crazy. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. It sounded so retarded that I couldn't believe it, so I had to look it up. And so, it's this feminist philosopher, Luce Irigaray, pardon me, I'm pronouncing that name wrong, I'm sure, actually did say these dumb things, right? She actually, I mean, these feminists are as bad as creationists. They're worse, in fact, because they're in university. I cannot believe that this woman actually said that Newton's Principia is a rape manual. I don't know how. Oh, by the way, my source, my reference source is freerepublic.com. So I'm not sure how good of a source this is. But moving on. She also said that E equals MC squared is a sexed equation. And get this, I was like, how's that? In my head I'm thinking, how's that possible? Why? Because, quote, because it privileges the speed of light over other speeds that are vitally necessary to it. The speed of... I will not go into physics. Alright, but I know enough physics to know the reason why E equals MC squared is so awesome. It's a change from Newton's equation, which was F equals ma, force equals mass times acceleration, and force is just like energy, and you can interchange energy with mass. Won't get into that. Mass is matter, is just a very compacted energy. I won't get into all that weird stuff. I'm not a physicist, right? But in general, the elegance of Newton and the elegance of Einstein was the simplicity, simplified, the basic equation. Simplifying, but never simple. Yeah. When Einstein said simplifying, never simple. And it goes into a whole big thing that oddly this article addresses. I'll try to wrap it up, keep it quick. But the speed of light is important because you can determine so much from it. You can run sample analyses based on refraction of light through a blood sample. Yeah, you can run a beam of light. There's a whole... What is it called? There's whole essays. You can determine the chemical compositions of certain substances. You can determine where a person was from by grinding up parts of their bone and running light through the sample. You can do so much with light. You can determine so much. Different elements refract light differently. You can determine things on astronomical scales. It doesn't put light ahead. It doesn't privilege, like light has a privilege. That weird, I understand that English is not a perfect language, but privilege, what? You can't privilege light. It's the dumbest thing. Oh no, actually there's some other dumb crap. Go on. Oh, fluids. Yeah, are unfairly neglected. Masculine physics, she says, privileges rigid, solid things. One, no, it doesn't. Two, fluid dynamics is highly studied and not really well understood because it's dynamic. It's dynamic, okay? And that's not neglecting a dynamic fluid thing and then privileging, this word, a rigid, solid thing like light. Light is just light. It's like the most basic thing that we can see to measure stuff by. Yeah, there's so much you can determine by changes in the speed and composition and frequency of light. There's so... Ask the government. Ask the military. Ask, my goodness, anyone who has taken introductory physics courses in college and not that bullshit course that non-science majors take. You have to take like the course that gives you 4 credit hours. You have to take like 12 of them. You have to take physics 1, 2, and 3. It's pretty hard. It's not easy. But I mean, it's brilliant how much you can turn just from light. And I'm sorry, I forget the name of the assays and the machines. The spectrometer, whatever. Let's just say you can just run light through a sample and determine what's in the sample. I know that sounds weird to people who don't know what I'm talking about, but that's true. Let's go on, because there's fluid dynamics. Where is it? Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm being a dick to y'all. Oh yeah, this is fun. She attributes the association of fluidity with femininity. Whereas men have sex organs that protrude and become rigid, women have openings that leak menstrual blood and vaginal fluids. From this perspective, it is no wonder that science has not been able to arrive at a successful model for turbulence. Well, I mean, they got good ideas. What do you mean a successful model for turbulence? They're doing pretty good, last I checked. I mean, planes fly. What? They fly through the air, which is a gas, pretty much a very, a non-dense fluid. Yeah, gas is just a non-dense fluid. What? We fly planes. We fly planes, woman. And even in their own criticisms, leak. Yeah, they play the victim. The word leak makes it sound like they're broken. Makes it sound like women are broken. Oh, they leak. And why are they always talking about their menstrual blood? What is up with women and constantly nailing themselves to a cross in which they're bleeding? They always mention it. In vaginal fluids, there's nothing wrong with vaginal fluids. Some people like them. Yeah, what? Men erupt seminal fluid. Yeah, what? Women have openings? The evolutionary stuff. The dogs have penises too. Oddly, female hyenas have penises too. Yeah, what? Is the hyena a sexist? Oh my God. Zoology. Whoever the taxonomist was that discovered the hyena, he's a sexist. He's privileging the female hyena's penis over the male hyena's penis, which is smaller. Yeah. These morons. I'm sorry I had to ramble about it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't believe it. It couldn't possibly be true. It couldn't possibly have been true, but it is. Unfortunately, the truth is stranger than fiction. Even more unfortunately, these utter morons who are worse than creationists, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact, are teaching children, young adults, and old adults too. That's probably the worst nightmare ever. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this crap. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I don't have to feed them their own garbage back to them anymore. I can't believe I bought it to begin with. All right. Well, you guys have a nice day. And always remember to go your own way. Yours truly, M.